disappeared. But, well, for those who have made it today, that's great. I understand some people had transportation issues, and I'm sure that they would have been here had they could be. So you get that. That's yeah. It happens. It's out of your control. But for those who decided in their mind that they're not going to come, sorry. Because did not right here in this word tell us to fail not to assemble. Right? Doesn't it say that? It does. How will they know? How are they going to get educated without a preacher, without a teacher, right? Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, all right.
We're getting there. Eventually.
Okay. Small technical difficulties. All right. So, my subject today, I'm not going to do the title quite yet, but I want people to react here. Okay, we don't have a whole lot, but you can still raise your hand when I ask. Okay, so how many people watch the news?
All the time.
All the time? Yeah. Sometimes. Like for me, maybe one time a week.
Never.
Okay. Why is everybody avoiding watching the news? Or why are most people avoiding watching the news? Let me put it that way.
Bad news, human, bad, gossip,
Okay.
politics.
So Elder says that he just doesn't like what they have to say. It's bad news. Well, yeah. Most of the time it is, isn't it? And not only that, I mean, I'm not going to get political, but it seems like every channel is pushing one side or the other. They're not telling you news. They're inventing news, and they're spinning news, and they're telling you their commentary news. They're not telling you what's happening. No? Walter Cronkite, right? Yeah. Yes, it definitely has changed. Ernie Pyle traveled through Europe during the war. World War II, that is, if you're wondering which war. Gave his life reporting the news. He was shot. He wasn't carrying a gun. He was carrying his camera, but he was shot in combat during a battle. Gave up everything. Made his ultimate sacrifice to bring what was going on over there back to here. No satellite, right? No cable television. Most people found out what was happening when they went to a movie and they ran a trailer in front of the movie that was footage and commentaries from overseas. Anybody ever see rebroadcasts of those? They would show what was played 60, 70 years ago. That's where people found out their stuff, right? Because, I mean, they're talking about places people have never been. They got a big battle at Antioch. Oh, where's Antioch? Never been there. If you were going anywhere, it was usually by ship. We can just jump on an airplane. We can fly to Europe if we can afford it in 3-4 hours out of JFK. Most of these people have never been out of their hometown. They had no idea what's going on. Our world is so different from what we have. It's hard for us to imagine how isolated they really were in that regard, because that's how it was. Now we get stuff flying at us from all different directions, from everywhere that fast. We get broadcasts from overseas that are live, right? Because you've got however many hundred satellites up there that are all carrying news broadcasts, and all the other thousands are doing all the other things they're running. Sending us Facebook, weather update, and everything else. We're just overloaded with all of this. But like you said, is very much of it any good? It's not really, is it? No. Okay, so we got holidays coming, right? We're a couple weeks away from Thanksgiving. And after that, we have Christmas. Well, Thanksgiving is pretty much an American holiday, but Christmas is celebrated pretty much by everybody who's Christians anywhere on our planet. When's the biggest time of suicide? Anybody know? It's the holiday. Round up about 6 weeks. Before Thanksgiving, after New Year's. Why? What? Anybody got a guess?
A lot of people call it lonely, despair.
Despair, really? Ooh, despair. Isolated, lonely. Now we're getting after it. That's where I'm going. It's a 4-letter word. No, it's not a curse word. It's a 4-letter word that goes with another 4-letter word. Love's the first. That's not my title, but it's connected to that. You don't have love, what else do you not have? Why would you kill yourself? What's the reason people do that? No hope. That is where I'm going today. No hope. I saw a video of a guy that threw himself off the Golden Gate Bridge and did not die. Over 2,000 people have committed suicide by jumping off that bridge. It's one of the most famous in the United States for taking a face plant into a river. And of course, most of the time we do that, you might be having second thoughts on the way down, but that's pretty much, it's done now, huh? Yeah, once you pull the trigger, you can't put the bullet back in the gun, can you? So most of those people don't get a second thought. This guy got a second thought. He didn't die. Why? He wanted to commit suicide just like everybody else. He was no hope, despair, despondence, loneliness. But for whatever reason, God said, nope, not today. Nope, all these other people got their tickets punched. I'm going to put your ticket back in my pocket. I ain't punching it today. Now he's going around giving the people the gospel. Because now he found out that he actually has a reason. Why didn't he have that reason before? We failed to give him that reason, didn't we? Somebody probably had a possibility to talk to him somewhere along the way. But didn't. So, okay, yeah, we might not know that guy personally, but kind of in a way, a little bit, corporately, we're kind of all responsible. Yeah? What's supposed to be our job? What did he tell him in Matthew 28:19? What's that? He said, go out, right? He didn't say, y'all hang around and just, group up in this little tiny building. Don't tell anybody, right? Your paper up and paint over the windows. Don't put any sign on the front of the building, just have this little warehouse kind of thing where you all hide. Nobody knows what's going on in there. It's like, I don't know. See people going in and out of there once in a while. And, they flip the lights on and they slam the door. I don't know what they do in there. But a couple hours later, I see everybody leave. And then next week, they do it again. Well, that's great if they're talking to each other. Who else are they reaching? We're not getting anybody that way, are we? We can't be doing that, can we? Right? So, you might say, okay, Mr. Preacher Man, what do you got that's supposed to make me have any sort of special hope that you're trying to sell here? Why? What do you got? Okay. Don't take my word for it. Take this word instead. So what do we got? Psalms. Therefore my heart is glad and my glory rejoiceth. My flesh also shall rest in hope. The next one's lamentation. Well, actually, that one's good too. For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. Okay, so he's saying that Jesus be dead 3 days, right? But he's not going to stink, right? What did they do when they were going to pull out of his cell? Like, and then the dude don't open that door. He's been in there 3 days. It's the middle of summer. Surely he's stinking by now. That didn't happen here, did it? It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. Wow. Interesting. Do you have to do something there?
Hope.
You have actually you have two actions. Yes. Hope and wait. Can you wait if you have no hope? Yeah, possibly. Can you hope you don't wait? That might be a little more dicey. You've got two directives here, don't you? And that's something we have to do. Same. Because I'm saying Jesus is going to hope and wait. So we have to hope and wait, right? We have to do something here. Okay. Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord and whose hope the Lord is. We have hope. Just hold up. All right, we have hope. What else are we doing? Trusting in the Lord. Huh. Are we going to have hope if we don't? Some people hope that their massive bank account is going to do it. Some people think that their high-paid job is going to do it. Some people think big house, fancy car, trophy wife, trophy husband is going to do it. What's coming about all those things? None of them last. You can lose your job like that. You could make a really poor investment in a bad company that told you a whole bunch of lies about how great they're doing. And you're like, wow, this is a can't miss. Sweet. So I've got $10 million to work with. I'm going to give them 8.5. 2 weeks later, the CFO is indicted for embezzlement and the company falls. And your money's gone. You put your hope and your trust in what? Something stupid. Something ephemeral. A vapor. Your money just disappeared, didn't it? You got a fireplace, you might as well just throw bricks of hundreds in there and watch it burn. It probably would have been more fun. We used to get some entertainment out of watching all that money disappear. You trusted in what? Not that. Trust in the Lord and whose hope? The only hope is not going to disappoint you. The only one that doesn't go away. The only one's guaranteed eternal. All those other things I was talking about don't matter. Let's say even so, that all that stuff went great. You put all this money in this company and it just goes, right, like Google or Amazon or something. And now you just got so much ridiculous amounts of money. And then you die.
First doesn't have one.
Yeah, there you go. My son just said the same exact thing I was going to say. Did you ever see a hearse with a luggage rack? No. And they don't have trailer hitches either. They don't need them. You're not taking any of that with you. So if your trust is in whatever is going on in here, or whatever's in your wallet, or what's in your wallet, it ain't going to go with you. It's not going to help you. Where should our trust lie? Where should our trust fall? Okay, negative. So this one's kind of weird. So I'm telling you, we should trust in God, and not things are going to pass away. Then what about this one? What are we doing now? We're sharing our hope, aren't we? Bless them which persecute you, bless and curse not. Weird. Rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep. Why am I going to be nice to somebody that hates me? Why would I do that? Well, that doesn't make any sense. That's stupid. That goes against everything that your natural mind is going to tell you should make sense. Like, wow, this guy hates me. Great. I'm going to get revenge on him. We'll go at it. Face to face, man on man, or 2 for 2, right? I'm going to get him. Come up with some plot that he won't even see coming. You think you're that smart? Why would he tell us to bless them? Does hope have an expiration point? Does hope have a maximum value? If I have hope and I give something to somebody else, have I lost any? I haven't, have I? It's not like cash, right? If I have $100 and I give Leroy 50, I already got $50 left. But if I've got hope and I give him some, I didn't lose any, did I? It's nice that it's a unitless value, isn't it? Yeah, you go, Joel.
Joel, I know Joe.
So here's a guy that you don't hear from very often. Joel's kind of like, unfortunately, one of those forgotten dudes, right? The Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem in the heavens, and the earth shall shake. Wow, that sounds kind of scary, doesn't it? Why is God roaring? I mean, don't we kind of like, put that with a tiger, a bear, a lion, right? They're like, oh boy. Either I'm going to find my gun or I'm going to run quickly because that thing is probably not going to do me any good. So if somebody says a roaring in your direction, that doesn't sound so good, does it? And if it says that God is roaring, do you really want to be on the other end of that? That sounds like something bad's coming down the pipe real quick. Utter his voice from Jerusalem, heavens and earth shall shake. Wow, scary. But the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. Okay, now Joel is where? Old Testament, right? Okay, so at the time, this was directed only to who? Jews, right? Okay, but thankfully, we're not still in the Old Testament. So this now, by adoption, comes to us too, doesn't it? Because we're counted as being grafted in. We're adopted, right? Isn't that what it says? So we're pulled in. So that means that he's our hope. Good, isn't it? Good. So therefore, brethren, when loneliness, hard times, temptations, betrayals, or pain come upon you, be not dismayed, as it has been from all time after Adam. The world intrudes and seeks to pull us down, to crush our spirit, to make us desolate and weak and despondent. Well, that's pretty downing, isn't it? Wow, that's a major bummer. You going to give me something to help you feel a little better? As a matter of fact, I am. The New Testament goes in Romans. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the Scriptures might have what? Hope. Huh. So the Old Testament says we have hope. Now Paul, writing to Rome, says we have hope. No expiration date on that one, is there? These are thousands of years apart, right? And yet, we're getting the same message. What does it say about God being what? Eternal, all-knowing, unchanging, right? Yesterday, today, forevermore. Rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer, distributing to the necessity of saints, and giving to hospitality. Okay, back up one. That's a kind of a concerning statement. Rejoicing in hope, but patient in tribulation. Who likes tribulation? What's that common Pentecostal phrase? Don't ever pray for patience because you'll get tribulation with it. Huh. But here, it's telling us we're patient in tribulation and rejoicing in hope. Wow. I'll be 1913.
All right.
Distributing to the necessity of saints, given to hospitality. Okay, so the other things that were just in 12 was kind of for us, wasn't it? Now, what's this? These are actions outbound, aren't they? Before we were saying, oh, yeah, okay, great. I got hope because God's going to do this and this and this and this and this. All right, so He's doing it. So we're just sitting around with our feet up waiting. Cool. Okay, bring it. More, come on. More. That would be all to us. That would be all selfish, wouldn't it? So we're having hope. If we're giving hope, what's it saying here? We're supposed to give it out, aren't we? To necessity. Given to hospitality. So you go to some place, like a fancy hotel or something, right? And they have the hospitality counter. What's supposed to happen when you go over there?
You're supposed to be greeted.
Ah, okay. Elder says you're supposed to be greeted. Sometimes they might give you a little gift bag or whatever if it's a really expensive hotel, right? It's something nice, yeah. So if they're just sitting there and they're all like, and you get up there and like, hang on. Would you feel very hospitable? Would you feel like they were doing their proper job? Or would you say, can I talk to the manager, please? I think we have a small problem here. Yeah. Would the hospitality people be hospitable? Sometimes talk to the manager. Yeah, the manager's giving you the face. Yeah, he might be. He might be having a bad day.
Yeah.
But if that person, male or female, has a little tag here that says something like hospitality team or whatever, right? How should they be towards you? You're expecting, right? And you have a reasonable expectation because that's supposed to be their job, right? Their position. The tag says so, right? It says hospitality. So are they supposed to say, hi, welcome to our hotel. Great to have you here. Look what we got for you. We got a little gift and everything. This is great, right? The pool's over there. And we got computers over here for public use. And just call to the front. We got everything you need. If you forgot your toothbrush, we'll get you one. And you'd be like, wow, okay, this place is pretty cool. You feel that they are hospitable. And if the opposite, like, yeah, no, you don't have any toothbrushes. You stupid guy. You should have remembered to pack that before you left. That was your fault. You wouldn't go back there, would you?
Yeah, quick comment. And what's crazy is even all the different spheres of work, some people are in the wrong field. I mean, the grouchy, they bring that, to, and they're supposed to be in a position of service.
Ooh, okay, so Elder just said something really good. He said that you run these people all over the place. He said it's not only at the hospitality counter. These people are in the wrong line of work. They're supposed to be doing something public face, right? And they're supposed to be nice to you. And they're not. So, okay, well, all right, you think maybe, perhaps they could be having a bad day. But you know what, even then, you're supposed to put that and cover it up. You might be having the worst day ever, but you're still going to have to be nice to the next guy that comes in. And smile. And pretend that everything's great. Even if you have to pretend. That's what you do. God gave us the same commandment. Be hospitable. Okay, someday you might not be feeling hospitable, right? Okay. Let's say one of your friends comes over and says, dude, it's been a really just off the chart week. I really even don't have anything in my refrigerator. I'm on. Can I just have something? Come on, please. If you're hospitable, you're like, yeah, sure, dude, go ahead. If you're not, you're like, well, my refrigerator is kind of bare too. I don't think I can help you. Well, really, you don't have anything?
Those 6 steaks are all ready.
Anything? He's saying that we got to sacrifice here, right? It's going to hurt sometimes. You don't feel like being hospitable. You got to do it anyway. We're commanded, aren't we?
I was going to make a point from the message last Sunday about Nehemiah.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when he was serving the king, he was sad.
Oh, yeah.
And he was afraid.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Okay, that was a very good point. Okay, yeah. So Nehemiah was the king's cupbearer, right? So he had 2 jobs. He had to make sure the king wasn't going to die, which is not a great job because he had to test the food to see if it was poisoned. But he was supposed to be happy when he goes to see the king. And obviously, because the way that little vignette plays out, you know that in the past he never did be sad, that is. Right? So here all of a sudden the king says, what do you see, his face is falling or something like that. Basically what we would say, hey, dude, you look like you're having a terrible day. If we put it in modern term here, right? And then all of a sudden he's like, because he's afraid, because you can't do that in front of the king. You're supposed to smear on the face, right? They say he was hurt in his spirit, hurt in his soul, because he saw what happened to the city where they used to live. But yet he's still supposed to go in there. Hey, kid, that's a good day, man. What's going on? Hey, all right. Yeah, right there. Okay, here's your wine. But he didn't look like that, did he? So there's a really good example.
I think the first part of that verse is attributing to the necessity of saints. Saints is also important, and it's separate from hospitality as well. Because if any of the saints are going through a bad time and their needs are, at the end, or they're at the end of their needs, and they're concerned about their needs being met, roof over their head, food on the table, whatever it is, and God promises to provide for our needs one way or the other. And if they're at that end and they're going to feel like God's not taking care of them, but by using others, the other saints, to distribute to the necessity of those saints that are needy, then it's going to help encourage them and build them up and keep their hope alive with them as well. So the person that is, the person that's suffering, we don't want them to lose hope in God. So if we are distributing to that person and helping them with their basic needs being met, then that helps them to keep their hope in God. So, look, God is using these people to make sure my needs are met.
Okay, so, yeah. All right, so yeah, she can have a microphone, but the insightful doctor, who is also my beautiful wife here, has brought up a very good point. Actually, a couple good points. And I think I might have one little thing to add to it. So she was saying that there's a comment in the middle here. These are 2 different, well, maybe not completely different things, but 2 thoughts that are kind of linked together, but have some dissimilarity as well, that we're supposed to be putting it out there if somebody that's here, church folk, has a shortage, a need, like maybe their car's busted, or literally, like I said, the refrigerator's empty, and often that might be you get 3 or 4 kids. Boy, they can eat. They will stretch your budget. You might not have that budget from time to time. So she's saying that we need to get in there to assist with that, because then they see the love of Christ by that.
Amen.
And I agree with that. My tiny additional thought is that that's also a test for us.
Definitely.
God will get it done. He will make it happen whatever way he needs to. So we'll get an extra blessing if we're the one pushing it out. Otherwise, he'll just step past us and go, you know what? Stiff-necked, uncircumcised, fine. I got somebody else to take care of it. Smith over here's got money. Smith jumps in and says, okay, I got this. And you're sitting there going. And what happens? Smith gets a blessing that, we're all on the journey, sure. But he took and did what you refused to, because you were, whatever, too proud, too egotistic, too selfish, whatever that reason was that you didn't. He jumps in. He leapfrogged past you. Took care of the need. Distributed to the necessity. It doesn't say that I need to help out my brother buy a new Bentley.
No.
Doesn't. He might think he looks good in a Bentley. He also might think he looks good in a Kia.
Just give me a Pinto.
Right? But now you don't want Pinto. Smack him in the back, they go bang. It's a firecracker on wheels. If he has a car that runs and it goes safely from place to place, he's pretty good. It says necessity. It doesn't say desire and want. It doesn't say status. It says he needs. Okay? If he's got no food, you're going to help him out. If he says, I ran out of steak, dude, that's your problem. Too bad. You can have turkey. You can have hamburger. I ain't helping with that. There is a cutoff here, okay? And that's fair. Because I believe God would agree with you. But it said necessity. Therefore, be not weary of well-doing. Some may not acknowledge or recognize this, but it's never in vain. Matthew has this to say. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come, blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Really? So you didn't just think this was a great idea 2 weeks ago. Put something together, huh? From the foundation of the world. Wow. What else does it say about the foundation of the world? Didn't it say that Jesus was a lamb slain before the foundation of the world? Okay, so you think he's got all of this already figured out? Yeah. From the foundation of the world. So this wasn't last week. He didn't put it together in a rush this morning before he set off to church. He didn't remember, oh, man, I got to do laundry before I leave. He's not surprised. He's never caught off guard. He never does anything precipitously. Everything is planned. And everything is already a predetermined outcome because he's not surprised. Would you want to have a God that gets surprised? You get surprised, I get surprised. I don't want to have a God that gets surprised. Then he's no better than me, is he? Oh, I didn't see that one coming. What do you mean you didn't see that one coming? You own the universe. You didn't see that one coming? I wouldn't want that. That would be weird. For I was hungry and you gave me meat. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you took me in. Naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you visited me. I was in prison and you came unto me. Okay, roll back to 35. I was hungered and you gave me meat. I was thirsty and you gave me drink.
Sorry about the jerk.
Right? So doesn't that go back to what we were talking about earlier? Right? So God must think this is important because he reiterates himself multiple times here. Right? Now, does that mean he forgot what he said the first time? No, of course not. I mean, didn't Jesus have that neat little thing where he'd go, verily, verily, verily? Right? Well, when he was saying that, he was saying what? It's like, listen, listen, listen. Get it on, get it on, get it on. Right? If he's repeating himself, it's important. Right? He's beating it in there, right? Because what does everybody say? When we do repetition, we learn something, right? Unless you've got photographic memory, you're not going to read a book once and remember everything that's in there. Boy, I wish I could have had that in college. The time you would have saved. Very few people have that, and great for them. What a blessing that is. They can just go through it and retain it all. Amazing, huh? But for the rest of us, we have to have it forced in multiple times. So he says, early, 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 or he repeats himself. I was a stranger and you took me in. So here's some guy who doesn't know. He said, I'm going to bring you into my house. I'm going to give you a place to sleep because you're cold and you're hungry. Naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you visited me. I was in prison and you came unto me. How many times was Paul in prison? It was multiple times that were short distances, right? They beat him and they threw him in there, right? And then there was 3 times in Rome, right? There were multiple extended, I wouldn't say visits, because it wasn't voluntary for sure. He was arrested and kept on house detention. They didn't have ankle bracelets with a beeper back then, but if they had, they would have given him one. They didn't want him leaving, right? So instead, they had centurions living in a house with him to make sure he wasn't going anywhere. And you're getting a little close to that door, I'm going to poke through that spear again. Can you stop doing that? I'm not going anywhere. He knew about being in prison. And I'm sure he told Matthew about it too. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when we saw thee hungered and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink. When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothed thee? Or when we saw thee sick or in prison and came unto thee? The king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it to me. Wow. Wow, what did that just say? What did that really just say? Go.
You know, a lot of times, Jesus, he really made it personal.
Yes.
You know, if we saw Jesus, and of course we'd be running, pumping at his feet.
Yeah.
But how about your least brother? You know what I'm saying? The one you don't think about, the one who, doesn't have, can't do this, can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You might overlook them. And he said, as you do it to them, you're doing it to me.
Yeah, okay.
So he's taking a little person. You help out your brother, you help those who
Yeah.
you're doing it to me. As you help them,
Wait,
you're doing it to me.
So brother's saying he's personalizing here, right? So who did he hang out with? Who did Jesus hang out with? He started his ministry, after the thing with water and wine.
Yes.
Did he march straight up to the Sanhedrin and go, I am your master? I've created the universe, I'm Jesus, I'm the guy you've been waiting for. Get out of the way, I'm taking over. Yep. You can sit over there, you can sit over there, I'm taking the big seat. Because I'm the big guy. And then, any of them that gave him lip, they just burst into flames like, see, look, I told you I'm God. Wow! That's crazy. No, he didn't hang out with anybody who's rich, did he? Lepers, prostitutes, blind people.
Heathens.
Yeah. People with messed up legs. Pastor said crackheads. Yeah. People with messed up legs. The woman at the well, who was also a Samaritan. Outcasts. Bastards. The proper usage of that term. Bastard. Outcasts. So he didn't hang with any of the elites, did he? He wasn't jetting around to talk to the guys in Hollywood. All right, wasn't? No. Wasn't hanging out in Florida coast, fancy resort. He was hanging out with the worst of the worst, wasn't he? Nobody wanted to be near a leper because you could catch that off of them. That was a communicable death sentence.
Yeah.
Then there was no cure. We got drugs now. As far as I'm aware, it's actually still not curable. I think it's at least very much controllable. Then they had nothing. You got it. You're done. Out the door you went. You went to this place with all the rest of them and waited to die before your nose fell off and your fingers and all this stuff, right? So he goes and finds them. Who had the least hope of anybody? All of those people, didn't they? She's a hooker because she can't get a better job. She can't do anything else. Women, outcasts, second class, right? They treated them poorly. We're not, for the most part, very much used to that because our society thinks that we're more enlightened. Then they were basically pets, women, and men. And it was kind of pretty much the hierarchy, right? Women really didn't have anything going on. They were treated very poorly because that's how things were done. It was normal. So he goes and he talks not only to a woman, but a woman that has the worst profession. Right? Or the other woman, the Samaritan, who's a member of a different breed, crossed, half heathen, half Jew. Nobody wanted to do them either, talk to them, right? They used to take the beltway all the way around Samaria, didn't they? They wouldn't go through even the area. We have nothing to do with those people. What hope did they have? So he went looking for the worst of the worst, didn't he? The lowest outcasts. So then what does he say here? And it's capital K, King, right? This is Jesus himself saying, answering. I say to you, as much as you have done it unto one of the least of my brethren, we just went over, right? 100, I'm giving you food. Thirsty, I'm drinking. Cold, I'm bringing my house. Naked and destitute, okay. You gave me clothing and brought me in your house so I could warm up. Done to the least of these, my brethren, you've done it to me. That's big. That's really big. Excuse me. And that's the creator of the universe telling us this. So that's coming from him directly. Don't you think that's big time? That's big time. Pastor, am I cutting off?
You got 2 more minutes.
Okay. You can give me a few more data. I'll just wrap this up.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so now we go to Ephesians. And I'll be quicker here. That at that time you were without Christ, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope, and without God in the world. Now in Christ Jesus, you who sometimes were afar off are made nigh, dragged in, brought close by the blood of Christ. For he is our peace, who hath made both one and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us. Remember when the veil got ripped? Okay? Having abolished in his flesh the enmity, the enemy, the discord, right? Even the law of commandments contained in ordinances, for to make in himself of twain, two, now to be brought back to one new man, so making peace. He may reconcile both unto God in one body by the cross, having slain the enmity thereby. And came and preached peace to you which were far off, and to them that were nigh. For through him we both have access by one Spirit unto the Father, the Holy Spirit, right? Now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of God. We're all adopted in.
Yes.
In 21 it continues, and in whom all the building fitly framed together groweth to a holy temple in the Lord, in whom you also are builded together for a habitation of God through the Spirit. And really fast, Romans 5:2, by whom also we have access by faith into this grace wherein we stand, and rejoice in hope of the glory of God. Now, really fast, let me hit that Ephesians thing. So he says, in the building, fitly framed together. Wait, does anybody ever see somebody try to put something together that does not know carpentry or construction? And makes, like, you know, like, the roof is like at this angle over here, right, and on this one, and the wall is supposed to be a 90-degree corner, but it's like an 87-degree corner. Nothing fits right. You try to hang a picture and it falls, right, and the windows are all, and it looks like Dr. Seuss put this thing together. You're like, what is that? You're like, just burn it to the ground and start over again. You wasted all of that good lumber and you made this out of it. That's what we would get if we're doing it. It said fitly framed. God built it. It's absolutely 90.0 angle corners. The roof is perfect pitch on both sides. Everything fits right. You close the doors and they go boom. They sound like a Mercedes closing, right? With that nice, you know. We'd be like, close it. No, the windows rattle and everything. It's like, really? He builds it all perfect. It said fitly framed together. So that means what? That means white guy, black guy, Asian guy, Indian guy, I don't care what guy, blue guy. We're all framed together. Spurs. Roof trusses, concrete, foundations, wall studs, flooring, wiring, light bulbs, right?
HVAC system, whatever.
Yeah, good, okay, yeah. HVAC system, wallboard, everything fit together properly. All of them have different jobs. Can I run electricity through a wallboard? Not really. But if I have good copper wire, and I know what I'm doing when I connect the ends together, all the lights come on real nice, right? Well, can I use concrete for ceiling joists? Theoretically you can, but it's very complicated. That's a whole other thing, but you probably won't. They're usually wood, right? They have a job. So the floor is concrete, but the roof is wood. You're not going to make the floor out of wood. Oh, well, you could. And make the roof concrete. And make the walls out of copper. That's not the job. The wiring is copper. The wallboard is gypsum. The floor is concrete. They all have a place and they all have a purpose and they all do what they're supposed to do when they're fitly joined together. So that's what he's telling us about all of this. To spin this whole thing together and say, when you got all of this done the proper way, you have hope. I'm done. Thank you, Lord, for this day. Thank you for delivering this message through the foolishness of preaching. You said that from you, through your teacher, to your saints, would you deliver your word. Thank you for the honor of being one of those vessels, that I decrease, that you increase, and that word would go out, and people would be doers, not hearers only. Amen.
Amen.
What I heard of it was fun.